One of the best ways to find a home in today's market is new construction. Well, maybe the second best. The best way is My Perfect Home Finder, shameless plug. If you're watching this on YouTube and you go down into the See More down there, you'll find more out about My Perfect Home Finder. But anyway, I'm here today to talk about new construction. You know, interest rates are rising, they continue to go up, and there's just no inventory on the market. And many of these new home construction builders, they're having contracts falling apart because of maybe rising interest rates, or it just got too expensive, or someone just couldn't make the move, or whatever's going on. It's a crazy world out there, right? So builders are reaching out to me and they're saying, "Hey, Jim, do you got anyone? We just had this deal fall apart. We're offering all kinds of great incentives." So they're reaching out all the time. And I'm able to get these incredible deals and incredible incentives passed on to my buyers that are looking to buy new construction homes. And so I want to talk with you a little bit about that today. But when it comes to new construction, I want to be very clear with you. Even though it is a brand new home, you've got to do it right. You know, over the years, I've sold literally hundreds of new construction homes. So I have some secrets or tips or whatever you want to call it that I want to pass along to you today that I think that can help you out quite a bit. First of all, you want to go in early. You don't want to buy the last house in that neighborhood because what's happened over the time, whether it took them a year to build it out or 2 years or 3 years, what happens is they started at this price and it went click, 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 and you're ending up buying at this price. So when you're looking at resale down the road, there might be a bunch of appraisals in there that show all of these houses selling at a lower number. So you want to go in early, especially because there is so much new construction going on right now, and you do have that choice. Get in early. That's the bottom line. So that's number one. Number two, you want to pick a great floor plan and lot and location. So I want to expand on that just a little bit here. First of all, the floor plan. You ever notice that when you walk into a house, sometimes you go, this just doesn't feel right, or it's a little bit wonky? Well, it seems like every time a builder builds a bunch of new houses, there's always that one floor plan that's a little bit wonky. So you want to pay attention to that. And you want to stay away from that. When it comes to lot, the lot is incredibly important. And I have a unique situation I want to describe to you here. I might be looking out my window because it happens right here in my neighborhood. If you drive down my street, like 3 houses away, there's a stop sign there. And then it goes over to another street and there's houses right there. So I can see them right now. I'm probably like a good drive and pitch and wedge to that house over there. I'm probably like 300 yards, right? But when you drive down my street, there's a stop sign, and directly in front of that stop sign on the other street, there's a house there, and it's their living room. Why am I telling this story? Because it's important. Every single time it's dark out and someone comes down to the end of my road and they're at that stop sign, they're going to turn left or right. Their lights are shining straight into that person's living room. What a pain in the neck. Who wants that? And generally, when we're looking at houses or we're out there, we're like, oh, this is cool and this is it. We don't think about things like that. Of course, it's important to have a great location inside of a neighborhood when it comes to maybe green space, or maybe you want a corner lot, or you don't want to be backed up to power lines or whatever it is. But there are other things to consider as well. And you have to understand the grand scheme of things when a builder is building out. And certainly I can help you with that. Next is the location. Location in real estate, the number 3 rules, right? Have you ever noticed that there are these subdivisions where there's always a line of people trying to get out because they can't turn left because the traffic sucks? Well, you don't necessarily know that in the middle of the day when you're out there looking at properties, right? So location where the subdivision is going to be is also critically important. So I want you to think about those things. Think about floor plans, think about lots, think about locations, think about all of those things when you're out there looking for new construction, of course. Now I want to switch gears Just a little bit here because I get a lot of business from investors, and investors are going nuts right now for new construction. And I'm not talking about just people that want to buy cash, buy the investment property and get the rental income over the lifetime and allow the appreciation and get the depreciation on their taxes and all those cool things. I'm not just talking about those folks. I'm also talking to you out there that have a house right now with a home equity line of credit, and you chose not to buy a boat or a car or pay off credit card debt or build a new pool or whatever. And you're sitting on this home equity line of credit and you're thinking, should I ever do anything with this? Well, I got to tell you what, in rental rates, I was going to say interest rates have never been higher. Well, they're pretty high right now. They're at 8%. They might be going to double digits. Yes, interest rates are high, but I got to tell you what, rental rates have never been higher, and there's no evidence anywhere that they are going to go down or ever have gone down. Rental rates are through the roof. So what a great way to create a giant passive income for yourself. Rental rates are so high right now, you just might be able to take a home equity line of credit, a new construction house, a pretty house for pretty people, right? Buy a nice, pretty house, put a renter in there at a premium, and the amount of money you're making from that might just pay your existing mortgage as well. Think about it. It's absolutely incredible. So there's a couple giant advantages when it comes to not only buying new construction, but investing in new construction. First of all, if someone is coming to town and they're going to build a house, or they're moving from inside the town, they're going to build a house. Many times they have to wait, right? Takes them 6 months, 9 months, year and a half, whatever it is, to get that new home built. Well, if they're moving to town, don't you think they'd like to live in that neighborhood and get their feet wet while their new house is being built? So when they go on a walk at night, they can go check out their new house being built. Don't you think that that's very valuable to that person building in that new community, right? And when it's valuable to them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to pay a premium when it comes to rental rates. So it really makes an awful lot of sense for someone that's building in that neighborhood to be able to rent from you as well. There's all kinds of people moving to the Charlotte area, right? I think the last numbers I saw, something like 131 people a day. 131 doesn't sound like a lot. Find 131 homes a day, 7 days a week. It's a lot, trust me, right? So you get all kinds of people moving into our state every single day, and many of them just want to test the waters. They want to get their feet wet. And a lot of them look at new construction. So when they're driving around, they're like, oh, this is a really cool neighborhood. I might build here. I'm not real sure, but I'd like to live in a new house in a new community, get my feet wet, all the amenities. It is a fantastic way to get a premium rent by renting out new construction. And I mean, we could go into all kinds of benefits. You got the builder warranty, nothing's going to break in the first couple. It's just, there's all kinds of reasons for that as well. There's an intangible. Yeah, how many people are going to these builders every single day? They're going there on the weekends during the week, and they're sitting there and they're walking through. Go to a builder, just drive through a builder sometime this weekend and take a look at how many people are in that parking lot, right? There's tons and tons and tons and tons of traffic, which means tons and tons and tons and tons of people are exposed to your rental property that's going to get a premium. And I can tell you, when I look on the multiple listing service for rentals for people out there or setting stuff up for my investors, there's just hardly any rental properties out there. You can command a premium, and it is just fantastic. I do have a dream team that takes care of many of these things for you, especially when it comes to investing. You never have to worry about property management or the light bulb goes out or anything like that. All of that is handled with the dream team. That's for another video, another time. But I do want to address something very, very, very important. And builders are quirky in the way that they don't always want representation from a real estate agent. So they have some funny rules. For instance, they have what's called the threshold rule, meaning if I'm going to represent you, which I highly recommend, by the way, if I'm going to represent you and you go to the builder for the first time without me, I did not cross the threshold with you that first time, and they say, sorry, no dice, you can't be represented by Jim. That should tell you something. That should really tell you something, that are they looking out for their best interest or your best interest, even if you have a desire to have representation, right? So over the hundreds and hundreds of new homes that I have sold, I can tell you what, they're not all perfect. I'll even go a step further. None of them are perfect. It does make sense to have the appraisal and the inspection and paying attention to how it's going up and all of those things. It makes sense to have representation from a qualified real estate agent when you're buying new construction, and just all of those things are important. But as well, I always do for my buyers that buy new construction, I do what's called the Jim package. And it just depends on which kind of house, how big, what the price point is. I offer incredible incentives to my buyers out there when they utilize the Jim package, which means I need to be representing you. So we have to follow the rules of the builder-like threshold laws, or you give them my card, or whatever it is. So if you're interested in being represented by me and getting my really juicy Jim package, which is, by the way, it's really, really good. I think you'll like it. Or you want more information on that, I'd be happy to talk with you further. But anyway, whether you're watching this on YouTube or social media, whatever it is, you're going to see my number, my contact information all over the place, maybe in the banner or down below in the see more underneath the video or something like that. Reach out to me anytime. You can always track me down with a name like Krautkremer. I'm a pretty easy guy to find. So reach out to me, and I'd love to talk with you more about new construction, what we can do to find you that perfect place. And it would be my pleasure to serve you, okay? With that, make it a great day. Nice chatting with you.